Okay, I want to see who's out there today. Now, raise your hand if this applies to you. How many of you would say that you are pretty good at a sport? Raise your hand. You would say you're pretty good at some sort of sport, okay? How many of you would say that you're good at singing? Raise your hand. Maybe you got a good voice. Raise your hand. How many of you are good at playing instruments? Raise your hand. Okay, how many of you would say that you're a pretty smart person? You get good grades. Raise your hand. Okay, great. Do you know why you have all that you have? There is no good reason. It is simply because of God's grace. God chose you to be good at those things and to have those things. Let's see how this all plays out in this week's episode of Not Quite Home.
My dog isn't a menace, he is. He spray painted "Shut Up Dog" all over my driveway.
I'm not gonna kick him out. He's my son now.
Do you want to take the lead on this one?
When it comes to discipline, you'd be the sheriff and I'd be the deputy. Look, just until he gets used to having a stepdad. I bought a bunch of this stuff for a failed New Year's resolution, and I thought you might be interested. Look, I know this doesn't feel like home, but this place and these things, they're yours too. Sean, Mom's making omelets. You want one? Sean? Well, he's not in his room.
Where is he now? If he's run off again, I'm going to be
Put
so
your spatula
mad at
down.
him.
I think I know where he is. Yeah, he's out in the garage. I found some old exercise equipment for him yesterday, and he's working out.
You're kidding. Wow. Hey, honey, were you going to change the air filters this morning?
Well, I was, but now we've got to clean that driveway, and I've got to make up an appointment this afternoon.
Well, give the tools to clean the driveway to Sean. It's his mess, and he should clean it up.
No, I'll help him. Air filters can wait.
You are a good man, Rick Evans.
Well, I don't deserve this.
It's only an omelet.
No, I mean you guys. I don't deserve a life this sweet.
Fix my driveway.
I promise we'll get to it today. Man, that scared the crickets out of me. I see you've got an entire regimen worked out already.
Be able to look up a better routine if you'd let me have my laptop and phone back.
Well, we can talk about it after you clean Mrs. Forrest's driveway.
I don't know how.
Well, I'm going to show you.
My message stands. I'm not cleaning anything until that dog shuts up.
Well, then no laptop and no phone. Look, that was the deal.
You're fine. What's this?
Well, you spray this down on the... Out there, son of a gun.
You said to spray it.
Not in a closed garage. Here, put this on. Let's get out of here before we kill any more brain cells. Look, I'll be right behind you. Just spray that on the driveway and not at the dog.
I make no promises.
Clean up my driveway, you maniac.
What? I'm trying to, dummy.
And you're a menace to this whole neighborhood.
Sam, we're using chemicals here that you probably shouldn't be around.
And you're a convict in the making, son. Gonna end up behind bars.
Man, please, go home.
He's worthless. You're worthless.
Forget this. She can clean her own stupid driveway.
Oh. Was she just standing there waiting for me to open that garage door?
What was that all about? Sean! Sean!
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can I come in?
Rick still went over there to clean up my mess. Why would he do that?
What did she say?
Said I was worthless.
Well, you're not worthless.
Oh my... He's out there sweeping off her porch and cleaning up her yard. Are you kidding me? What's he gonna do next? Organize her slippers?
Well, she could probably use the help.
She could probably use a swift kick in her puffy coat.
Sean, change your attitude. You're better than that. You're a lot better than that.
Well, I'm no Rick.
We'll probably hit the 10 o'clock service in the morning if you want to come along.
Nope.
Something bothering you, Sean?
Yeah, Rick. It bothers me that you didn't stop once you cleaned that crazy woman's driveway. It bothers me that you spent time making her front yard look like some fancy magazine cover. You bother me, Rick.
Sean.
I'm sorry she said those things, Sean. She just doesn't know you
Do
the
you
way.
think that by being a nice guy, anything's gonna change? That she'll be a better person? That I'll be better? Because she won't. And I won't. It doesn't matter what you do.
I'm just giving from what I've been given. I'm not asking you to be anything. You can make that decision for yourself.
Will do, Rick.
He's mad at me for being me.
When Sean was little, I was giving him a bath one night. And when I told him that it was time to get out of the tub, he fought me on it. I got his towel ready and I had to wrestle him into it. I mean, he really did not want to get out of the tub. I managed to get his towel around him and I picked him up and I held him close to me. And he relaxed into the hug and he laid his head on my shoulder. And I asked him if he felt safe. And he said yes. And I asked him if he felt loved. And he said yes. And I asked him if he was home. He said yes. I brushed his teeth, and then I put him to bed. I wish I could pick him up again.
I know your son egged my house last night. I saw him through my window.
Talking about last night? How could you possibly tell if it was him?
Well, you know, he's got that painless hoodie that he wears.
But you don't even know it was him.
Of course it was him. He's a worthless do-nothing. Who else could it be?
Fine, go back inside and call the cops if you want to. But if I catch you calling him worthless one more time, I'll do more than a dozen eggs. My son is not worthless.
Hey, can I make you an omelet?
We're all out of eggs. Sean, we're going to the 10 o'clock service. Are you joining us?
No.
Then when I get back, we're going over there to explain things and hope she doesn't press charges. Got it?
No.
We don't get to decide her merit any more than she gets to determine your worth, Sean. You understand?
No.
It's not about what any of us think we deserve.
Rick went above and beyond today. If you've been watching the past couple weeks, Sean's been pretty mean to Rick. And Rick still chose to go out and help Sean clean up his mess at Mrs. Forrest's house. Then, even though Mrs. Forrest was a mean old lady, Rick cleaned up her porch and he cleaned up her whole entire yard. You see, Sean and Mrs. Forrest, they didn't deserve any of that. but Rick showed them grace. You see, grace is getting something that we don't deserve. It's getting something good that we don't deserve. I want you to think about the things that you have in your life, like the good things that you have in your life. Some of you, you have a great family. Others of you, you have the best friends in the whole world. Others of you, there are things that you are so good at and so talented at. Here's what I want you to know about those things. There is nothing you have done in your life to deserve those things. It is simply because of God's grace that you are who you are and you have what you have. Look at what it says in the Bible. In 1 Corinthians 15:10, it says, "But God's grace has made me what I am, and his grace to me was not wasted. I worked harder than all the other apostles, but it was not I really. It was God's grace that was with me." So I want to talk to you guys about something that's kind of a little weird for me to talk about, but there's some times where I show up at your campuses and I get to meet a lot of you. And some of your reactions are really funny. Some of you come up to me and you go, "Man, you're a lot shorter in person," which I know I'm well aware of. I've had to deal with this my whole life. But others of you, you'll come up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're the guy from that screen." Or some of you I've even heard say, you're like a celebrity. And let me tell you the truth about that. I'm not. I'm obviously not. I'm actually just a person who works here at this church. I'm just on staff here, and this is what I get to do. But here's what I can tell you. I am just an average person who is in love with God and who wants you to fall in love with God too. There's nothing about me that's above average. I'm not more talented than anybody else. I'm just average talent, an average person, below average height, who God has called to do this. And the only reason why I do this is simply because I said yes to God's calling in my life. That God chose me to do what I get to do. Here's what I'm trying to get at, you guys. Who you are, the things that you have, your gifts and talents and abilities and skills, those are all given to you by God. That God chose you to have and to be those things simply because of his grace. He chose you. So my prayer for you is this, that you would understand and be thankful for all the things that God has given you and all the ways that God has made you unique. Because of his grace, he has chosen you to be and have all that you are.